Kajabuski puts it right down the middle, 3-1. She got some nice looking pitches that come right down the middle, but she has to have a little bit more consistency. That's on the inside, and that's going to be a ball. So another base on balls for Campbellsport. Going to move a runner over to second, puts runners at first and second. Coach Makarevich wants a timeout, talk to his pitcher. Coming out of the timeout, we've got at the plate Maya Morgan, left fielder for Campbellsport. Kajabuski makes her first offering to Morgan. That's going to be outside for a ball. We are at 4-0 in favor of Campbellsport here in the first inning, top of the first inning. Kajabuski puts it right down the middle. A fly ball down to center field to Lexi Miller, and that's going to be a fly out to Miller for out number 3. So we bat the complete round of players for Campbellsport in the top of the first inning. At the end of the first half, it's Cassidy Motter, Erica Mills, Avery Downs, Ava Baker, and Emily Kajabuski. First game of the season as for the softball girls here, as well as the boys playing baseball. They're over in Waupun today, playing a doubleheader over there. So Kylie Disterhalf warming up. She's getting ready to step into the box. So Disterhalf comes up to the plate, ready to bat. First offering by Campbellsport. So hits the batter. She's going to get on base. So the pitcher for Campbellsport, Kylie Zearn, puts a runner on base for Ripon. Next batter is going to bring up Lexi Miller, center fielder for Ripon. Miller made the last out on that fly ball. So strike right down the middle by Zearn. Makes it 0-1 count. On deck is Abby Radloff. So next offering by Zearn, going to be low, as that's going to be ball 1, strike 1. 1-1 count with one runner on, no outs. Foul ball by Lexi Miller. Going to make it a 1-2 count. Good thing we got a fence between us and the ball, because otherwise it would have been right at us. Low pitch. Disterhalf leading off over on first base. So Miller steps back into the box with a 1-2 count. Correction, 2-2 count. She fouls that one away. So the more Miller can make this pitcher pitch, the better. Another foul tip by Miller. So she's getting pieces of it, just needs to straighten it out now. Lexi Miller steps back into the box with a 2-2 count. That's there. It's going to be a foul ball. It went out of bounds just before it got to first base. First baseman was right there, so Disterhaft has to return back to first base. Miller, and she misses it, and she is out for the first out for Ripon on a strikeout. Brings up Abby Radloff, shortstop for the Tigers. Zearn getting ready to give her first offering to Radloff. A swing and a miss, strike one for Radloff. One out here in the bottom of the first inning for the Tigers as Campbellsport leads it 4-0. Second swing and a miss, and Disterhaft almost got caught, but the catcher hesitated too long, and Disterhaft able to get back to first base. So 2 strikes on Radloff. Radloff steps in with 2 strikes against her. And she gets called out on a called strike. So 2 out with Avery Makarevich coming to the plate. Avery's the catcher for the Tigers. Runner at first, 2 outs. First offering's there, and it's a strike. Makarevich steps in for her second offering from Zearn. Fouls that one away. So 0-2 count on Avery. Disterhaft still at first base with 2 outs for the Tigers. Pitch is low, and Disterhaft gets a good lead. They come close to almost picking her, but she always manages to get back in time. So 1-2 count to Makarevich. Campbellsport leads here in the bottom of the first inning, 4-0. A 1-2 count against Avery, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. So Makarevich, swing and a miss, and that's strike number 3. That pitch to the outside, and Makarevich took a swing at it, but not to be. So 4 players come to the plate for Ripon for the third out. As Ripon will go out for the top of the second, they'll be out in the field. Campbellsport will come to the plate, and they'll be starting at the top of the order with Carissa Heisdorf to start things out. You're looking at a better angle.
I was trying to get it brighter. Maybe they should turn the lights on for me.
So, getting ready to start the second inning, coming to the plate. Starting at the top of the lineup for Campbellsport, Carissa Heisdorf. Heisdorf, the center fielder for Campbellsport. Emily Kajabuski. Pitching, she brings one in right back at Kajabuski. It goes right by her. Going to be a base hit for Heisdorf. First offering was right there. So base hit for Heisdorf to start things off for Campbellsport here in the top of the second inning. That brings up Kylie Krieger. Throw to first base. Mills can't pull it in, and the runner's going to advance to second on the missed catch. So that's going to put a runner at second base for Campbellsport. No outs. Ball at third base gets by her. It's going to bring a run in as the ball rolls all the way out into left field. And Krieger's going to get a double. So score now 5-0. Campbellsport ahead with no outs here in the top of the second. Runner on second. Lauren Heisdorf comes up. She belts one out to left center field. Runner advances over to third, and that's going to put Heisdorf at first. And we still have no outs. Five nothing in favor of Campbellsport as Alyssa Klon comes to the plate. Klon takes a ball on the first pitch. Kajabuski having a little bit better control of her ball here in the second inning. And that's going to be hit to third base, going to roll out into left field, run's going to score. Going to put runners at first and second as Klon gets a base hit. And that'll bring up Morgan Yar. Yar got a base hit last time at bat. Still no outs here in the top of the second inning for Campbellsport. Pitches outside for a ball. Yar steps in. Next offering by Kajabuski. Right in there and swings at it and a miss. So Yar with a 1-1 count. Kajabuski's next pitch is a strike as that catches the outside edge. Right down the middle, and that's going to go foul. So runners will return back to first and second base. On the foul, Yar has a 1-2 count. That's up the middle, right back to Kajabuski, over to first base for the out. So Ripon gets her first out, but that's going to advance runners to second and third base. So it's a 1-3 for the out. Brings up Brooke Flitter. Flitter was put out on a fielder's choice. Flitter, a left-hander. If I remember right, she's the only left-hander we've seen for Campbellsport. So 1-1 count by. And that's going to go past first base and out into right field. A run's going to score. Flitter will hold up at first. She'll get a base hit. Heisdorf, Lauren Heisdorf comes across to score. Alyssa Klon goes to third, and that's going to bring up Lexi Foyt. Floyd got a base hit last time at bat. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Floyd steps in, and Kushabuski ready to give her first offering here. That's going to be outside for a ball. So Foyt steps in again, runners at first and second. That's outside. Going to throw it down to second. And going to be safe at second on the steal. Runner's going to come in to score. 4 runs in, that makes it 8-0 in favor of Campbellsport here, as Foyt has a 2-0 count and it makes it 2-1 as this offering was a strike. So 2-1 against Foyt, 1 out. Foyt fouls it away. That'll go back into the field behind us where the JV squad is playing. So 2-2 against Foyt. That's in there, and that's going to be fouled away. We have a runner at second as the ball thrown in from the other field being returned. Stops play here for a moment. Pitch is out of bounds for a foul ball against Foyt. Remains at 2-2 count. Runner at first. 4 runs have come in this second inning. Next pitch is a ball, makes it full count for Foyt. Next ball's too high, and she walks Foyt, puts runners at first and second. As that's going to bring up Kylie Zearn, the pitcher for Campbellsport. Zearn fouls it. Strike 1. 1 out, 1 strike, runners at first and second. 8-0 here in the second inning for Campbellsport. Ball is outside, but it's going to be swung at for the strike. Going to make it an 0-2 count against Zearn. Last time Zearn took a base on balls. And that was there. She swung and missed. So out number 2 on the strikeout. So with 2 away, runners at first and second, that's going to bring up the 9th batter. The bottom of the order for Campbellsport, Maya Morgan. Morgan last time fouled out flew out rather to center field for the final out of the inning. Morgan takes a ball. And a swing, and that's going to fall in bounds. And a run's going to come across and score, put runners at. Morgan's going to hold up at first. Foyt's going to advance to third, and Flitter comes across to score. 5 runs now scored here in this inning for Campbellsport. Makes it 9-0. As we go to the top of the order for Campbellsport. So Carissa Heisdorf batting around. She has a ball. Second pitch is a ball as well. So Heisdorf steps in for the third offering from Kushabuski. That's there, hits it to third base to Cassidy Motter. She throws it over to first for the out to Erica Mills. So that'll be out number 3 on the 5-3. And that ends the top of the second inning for Campbellsport. But they score 5 runs as Campbellsport leads it here 9-0 with Ripon coming to the plate in the bottom of the second. Now it won't shut off. Okay, I guess we're live. Cassidy Motter steps in now in the bottom of the second inning for Ripon. Motter plays third base. She fouls it away on the first pitch. And that's going to be a strike. So Motter starts out at 0-1. Cassidy waits for the second offering here by Zearn. Cassidy steps out, calls timeout. She thought the pitcher was taking too long. Wants to rethink things a little bit here. Motter back in the box. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. This pitcher has got quite a pitch. She fires it right in there. Too bad we don't have a radar gun to see how fast she's pitching. There's going to drop for a base hit for Motter. She'll get to first base. So first base hit of the night for Ripon comes by Cassidy Motter. So no outs, Motter at first, and that's going to bring up Erica Mills. Her first time at the plate tonight. Mills plays first base for the Tigers. That's going to be high. Mills takes ball 1. Makes it a 1-0 count. As Zearn gets ready for the second offering. Low pitch to Mills. 2-0 now. Bottom of the second inning. No outs for Ripon. Runner at first. Swing and a miss by Mills. Going to make it a 2-1 count with a runner at first. Next pitch hits the batter. That caught her in the left shoulder. She'll get first base. That's 2 batters that Zearn has hit now. So that's going to put a runner at first and second with no outs, and coming to the plate, Avery Downs. Downs plays left field. Right field, my mistake. So Downs takes a strike on the first offering by Zearn. Downs, a senior. And that's on the outside edge, and that's going to be another strike as Downs swings at it. Swung under the ball. So Downs takes a ball. We got Motter steals third. Good heads up by Cassidy Motter, and that's also going to move Mills around to second with no outs. Ripon with players in scoring position. Downs fouls it. So 2-1 count against against Downs. Ball high. So 2-2 count now against Downs. Runners at second and third. No outs for the Tigers. Runners in scoring position. 9-0 Ripon trails. And Downs a swing and a miss for the for out number one on the strikeout. So Ava Baker, left fielder for the Tigers, steps to the plate. Baker, swing and a miss for a strike. One out here in the bottom of the second. Runners at second and third. Mills at second, Motter at third. And Baker going to foul that one away, and it's going to drop, so she'll come back to the plate. That'll give her 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third. So Ava Baker takes the next one low. That'll be a ball. 1-2. The count now for Baker. Baker takes the next pitch. That's going to be high, and that'll give her a 2-2 count. Zearn looks like she's losing a little bit of her control that she had earlier. 2-2 count on Baker, and that's going to be a called strike for out number 2. She caught Baker looking, and that's going to bring up the pitcher for Ripon, Emily Kajabuski. Bottom of the order. She squares up that she's going to bunt. No, she doesn't. She pulls the bat back. Kajabuski showing the pitcher exactly where she wants that ball, but I'm sure that Zearn isn't going to give it to her right where she wants it. That's going to be low, and a run's going to come across the score as Motter comes in for the first score for Ripon, and Mills moves over to third on the wild pitch. So Emily Kajabuski with a 2-1 count. Two and one count against Kajabuski. 2 balls, 1 strike, and ball high, but she takes a swing at it. Going to make it 2-2. Nice rising pitch by Zearn, but it actually was too high, and Kajabuski took it. And that one was there, and she swung at that one for out number 3. But 1 run scores on 1 hit. And that was by Cassidy Motter here in the bottom of the second inning for the Tigers. So So we're getting ready to come back with the top of the third inning, leading off for Campbellsport in the top of the third, Kylie Krieger. Krieger takes the first offering by Kajabuski. That's going to be a ball. So ball number one to Krieger. She gets a piece of the second pitch, and that's going to roll foul toward the third baseline. Motter will bring it back in. Top of the third inning, 1-1 count. And another foul ball, going to make it 1-2. So Kajabuski getting the strikes in there, making Campbellsport swing at the ball, but they're going foul. That one was high, gives her a 2-2 count. So Kajabuski with her next pitch, and that's going to go foul. So 2-2 here for leadoff batter Kylie Krieger in the top of the third inning for Campbellsport. Campbellsport leads 9-1. And a swing and a miss, and strikeout by Kajabuski. Good way to start the inning for Ripon and Kajabuski. Lauren Heisdorf comes to the plate. It's going to be a strike as it catches the outside corner of the plate. Kajabuski doing a better job here as she works. That second pitch is a ball. Give her a 1-1 count. 1 out. Ball outside. That'll be a 2-1 count. Kajabuski with her next offering to Heisdorf. That's going to be high. Make it a 3-1 count for Heisdorf. Lauren Heisdorf, the catcher. She gets that one. That's going to roll to shortstop over to first base, and she's going to be out. Out number 2. So that'll be a 6-4 for Ripon. 2 away. 2 away as we come to the third batter here in the top of the third inning. That'll be Alyssa Klon. As Coach Makarevich goes out and talks to his catcher and pitcher. Ripon 2 outs here in the top of the third inning against Campbellsport, as Campbellsport leads 9-1. Kajabuski, first pitch to Klein here in the third is a ball. That one's going to be inside for ball 2. Emily doesn't have the speed on her pitches that Zearn does for Campbellsport, but she still gets them in there. That's going to be a foul tick and going to be strike 1. 2-1 count on Klon. And that one going to go to shortstop, and she'll throw it over to first for the out. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. So no runs scored, no hits. At the end of 2.5 innings, it's Campbellsport 9, Ripon What's wrong? Okay, starting the bottom of the third inning for the Tigers, Kylie Disterhalf, leadoff batter for the Tigers. She takes a strike. So 0-1 count to Disterhalf. She goes for a bunt, but it fouls back right in front of us here. So that's going to make it an 0-2 count against Disterhalf. Disterhalf waits for her next offering. That's in, and that's going to be a ball. So 1-2 count now for Disterhalf. Next batter up will be Lexi Miller. Disterhalf, the designated person for the Tigers. What used to be called a designated hitter, now they call them designated persons. 2-2 count to Disterhalf by Zearn. Zearn puts it in there, swing and a miss by Disterhalf, and that's going to be out number one. Brings up Lexi Miller for the Tigers. Miller struck out back in the first inning. Low pitch will be a ball to start off with for Miller. Ripon's on deck batter will be Abby Radloff. So Miller steps in the box, waits for the pitch. Another low pitch to Miller for ball two. Zearn ready to make her next offering to Miller. That's going to be low as well. 3-0 count to Miller. Miller, a fairly tall person, so that one's in there for strike one, makes it 3-1. This time she got above the knees. Zearn puts it in there for strike two. Full count now against Miller. Lexi Miller steps in for the next pitch by Zearn. And that's going to be, they're going to call it a strike. I think he said she went around. So strikeout out number two by Zearn, going to bring up Abby Radloff. Avery Mack on deck. Strike one against Radloff. Zearn finding a little bit more of her control again here in the third inning. That one was inside. She brushed Radloff back a bit. Radloff called out on the second out in the first inning on a call strike. Ball low, 2-1. So Radloff steps in for offering number 4 here by Zearn. Swing and a miss. That's going to make it 2-2. So 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it back. So Radloff stays alive on the foul ball. Radloff ready for the next offering by Zearn. And that's going to be a called strike. Out number 3, so a 1-2-3 inning for Zearn here in the third inning. As Campbellsport leads it at the end of 3, 9, Ripon 1. I mean, what I'm And we go into the top of the fourth inning. Campbellsport coming to the plate. Morgan Yar leading things off here in the top of the fourth. Yar has a base hit back in the first inning as Kajabuski puts in a strike against Yar. Makes it 0-1 to start for Kajabuski here in the top of the fourth. And she tags that one. That's going to go foul down the third base line. We've got a 2-1 count on the batter. That's going to be a ball as it goes outside. She can't be missing those pitches by much because they're about in the same places where we've seen other strikes called. And Yar puts it right up the middle for a base hit, her second base hit of the afternoon. As the lefty Brooke Flitter steps to the plate. She's the second batter here in the fourth inning for Campbellsport. And she tags that one. That's going to drop out in left center field. Bring Yar around to third base. Flitter's going to go to second. She'll get a double. She hits the first ball that she gets offered. So no outs here for Campbellsport as we got runners at second and third as Lexi Foyt comes to the plate for the Cougars. That one going to be, looks like a little outside. Ball one against Foyt. Low pitch, and she takes a swing at it, and that's going to go foul for strike one. Campbellsport leading here in the top of the fourth inning, 9-1 with runners at second and third, no outs. Foyt, little tapper. She's going to be tagged out, and run's going to score by Yar. Mills didn't quite get the ball there in time for the out, and the runner at second going to advance to third. That's Flitter. So one out for the Tigers. On the ground out to Mills. So coming up is Kylie Zearn, the pitcher. Pitcher against pitcher here. Zearn struck out last time she was up. She takes a ball. Ten to 1 on our scoreboard now for Campbellsport. That one's a strike. That went to the outside edge of the plate. 1-1. Next offering's in there, but she's going to foul it away down the third base line for strike number 2. 1-2 count on Zearn. Zearn has a base on balls and a strikeout. High pitch, going to make it 2-2 count. That one's going to go low, and Avery Mack loses it temporarily, but she finds the ball. So full count now against Zearn. Kajabuski puts it up the middle, and that's going to drop in left field, and it's kicked by Baker. Run's going to score. So that ball drops for a base hit for Zearn. She'll hold up in second base. We'll have a pinch runner come in for her. And that will be somebody I don't have on my roster, so I guess I can't tell you who that is. Number 33, but that's all I've got on her. And the ball goes out to the outfield, inside or outside rather, the third baseline. Foul ball. Mia Morgan up to bat. So she starts off with an 0-1 count as Kajabuski pitches a ball, makes it 1-1. 2 runs across the plate here in the third, making it an 11-1 score for Campbellsport. And Morgan out to left field, but Baker there to catch it for out number 2 on the flyout. And that's going to bring up leadoff batter Carissa Heisdorf. 2 outs for the Tigers as Heisdorf goes to shortstop, and that's going to be thrown to first for the out. And that will be out number 3, but 2-run score for Campbellsport on 3 hits, giving us a score of Campbellsport 11, Ripon 1. Okay. Batter up at the plate for Ripon. That's going to be a hit to second base. She'll pick it up, throw it to first for the out. Out number 1 for Avery Makarevich. Out number 1. That's going to bring up Cassidy Motter. Motter hits a fly ball to left field, but right there to pull it in is the left fielder, and that is Mia Morgan. And that's going to be out number 2 for Ripon. So Mills steps to the plate, takes ball 1. Zearn firing him in there. Low pitch for ball 2. Erica Mills was hit by pitcher her first time up at bat. That one going to be a ball as well. So 3-0 count for Mills. Zearn gets ready to pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1 against Mills now. That was a good one to stand and watch. And a swing and a miss makes it a full count now against Mills. Low pitch is going to put Mills on base on a base on balls. And that will bring up Avery Downs. Downs struck out her first time up at bat back in the second inning. So Downs steps in and waits for her first offering from Zearn. Zearn, a swing and a miss by Downs. Next pitch comes in, and that's called a ball. 1-1 count now against Downs. Bottom of the fourth inning. 2 outs. Here is Downs at the plate. She almost hit, but she jumped over the ball. And Mills is going to go down to second. So Downs steps in with a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Going to make it a 2-2 count. So Zearn with her next offering, and that's in there. Fouls it away. Back behind us here. So Zearn gets ready to fire it into Downs once again. And a swing and a miss as she put it outside, and Downs thought it was there. Ripon, 1. Okay, starting the top of the third inning. And number 33, I have no number on my roster for this young lady, so I can't tell you who it is. I don't have a 33 on the list that the Campbellsport coach gave me, Coach Dan Heisdorf. So first pitch is a ball. Second pitch is a ball. First time up for this young lady. And a strike right down the middle taken by Radloff at shortstop. She fires it over to first base for the out. So a 6-3 ball for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning for Campbellsport. And that's going to bring up a new batter once again. And once again, I don't have number 24 on my roster. So 24 in the game now for Campbellsport. And I apologize, I don't have the numbers, but the list that was, wait a minute, maybe if I look, there we go. I wasn't looking far enough down, I apologize. So number 24 is Caitlyn Gable. So Gable with a 3-1 count. And she'll take a base on balls. So that puts a runner at first on the base on balls. And the first batter that was up, number 33, is Izzy Sabish. And we have another new batter up, number 25, and that will be number 25 is Haley Rolfs. Rolfs takes a ball. Second pitch is a ball, so 2-0 count. That one's in there, and that's going to be in for a base hit out in right field. Runner advances to second, and Rolfs gets a base hit. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. As that's going to bring up number 14, and that's going to be Morgan Yar. Yar had a base hit. Actually, she's got 2 base hits so far tonight. Fouls that one away for strike number 1. So Kajabuski with her second offering here to Yar. That's outside for a ball. A 1-1 count against Yar. In there, she pops it right up the middle, caught by Lexi Miller out in center field for out number 2. Nice job by Miller. That ball was straight up the middle to Miller for the out. So 2 away here with runners at first and second, as that's going to bring up Flitter, the left-hander. She'll take a ball as that sails over her head. 1-0 count against Flitter. Pitch inside. She's going to pull it inside, and that's going to go for a foul. Make it 1-1 count. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. Flitter takes ball 2. Another foul ball, and that's going to be caught by the catcher, Avery, and that's going to be out number 3 by Makarevich to retire the side. So pop-out foul ball to the catcher. Ends the Campbellsport half of the 5th inning with Ripon coming to bat. Campbellsport leading 11-1 here as we get ready to start the bottom of the 5th inning. for it. Going into the bottom of the fifth inning for the Tigers, trailing here against Campbellsport 11-1. It brings up Ava Baker. Baker fouls it back right at us for a strike number one. Keep us on our toes back here. It sounds like we have spectators behind us giving us a hard time. Baker takes another offering. So Baker steps into the box for the next pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. Make it a 1-2 count. It started out being a rather nice evening here, but sun's gone under the clouds over there, and swing and a miss by Baker is going to be out number one here in the bottom of the fifth inning for the Tigers. As coming to the plate will be Emily Kajabuski for the Tigers. Emily's got a strikeout back in the second inning. And this one's going to go out to right field for a base hit. She'll turn, head for second, but going to go back. Base hit for Kajabuski to start things off here for the Tigers in the bottom of the fifth. She takes the first offering and pounds it out into right field. That's going to bring up Kylie Zearn. Kylie in the box, ready to take the offering given to her by Zearn. That's going to be a strike on the outside edge. One out, one runner on here for the Tigers. That's going to be a hit, but it's going to go foul for Zearn. Going to make it 0-2. Zearn will step in once again for the offering by Zearn here in the bottom of the fifth inning with one out. Low pitch and outside. That's going to be a ball. Kajabuski holds up at first base. Right up the middle to Zearn. The pitcher's going to throw it over to second to put Kajabuski out on the fielder's choice there. Two outs. Zearn at first, as that'll bring up Lexi Miller. Miller takes a low pitch for ball one. Zearn at first. Two outs as Miller hits one back foul. And a line drive to right field for Miller. That's going to bring Zearn around. She's going to come home. Run will score, and Miller's going to go to third on a stand-up triple. Nice tag by Miller to get the stand-up triple. That went all the way back to the fence. A line drive into right field. And that's going to bring up Abby Radloff. Radloff takes ball one. And it'll be ball two as Zearn puts that one in the dirt. So 11-2 now for the Tigers here in the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th. 2 balls, no strikes for Radloff. 2 outs. And right up the middle, but that's going to be caught by the first baseman, and that's going to be out number 3 for the Tigers. As Campbellsport leads it here in the bottom of the 5th. At the end of the bottom of the 5th, it's Campbellsport 11, Ripon 2. Looking at starting the 6th inning, coming to the plate for the Campbellsport, it's Lexi Foyt. And the first offering to her in this top of the 6th is a strike by Kozhebusky. Kozhebusky's second pitch goes outside for ball 1. 1-1. Foyt, the first batter here in the top of the 6th, and she takes strike 2. Makes it 1-2. Foyt pops it up to second base. Jessica Kletke for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. That's going to bring up Kylie Zearn, the pitcher. Zearn got a base hit last time at bat. Mater's going to take it, throws it over to first, but it's going to go past her as she couldn't get it in the glove. So that's going to be an error on first. Put a runner at first on the error. So coming up at the plate is Maya Morgan. She takes a ball on the first pitch. Runner at first, 1 out. Right up the middle, and she hits it right up the middle. Lexi Miller dives for it, slows it down, but going to be a base hit for Morgan. So runners at first and second with 1 out, as coming up is Carissa Heisdorf. Heisdorf takes strike 1. One out. Runners at first and second. And she's going to pop this one up. That's going to be a foul ball. Mater couldn't squeeze it into her glove. So 1-1 count. 0-2 count for Heisdorf. That one's going to sail outside for ball 1. So 1-2 count for Heisdorf. She tags that one. That's going to go deep, and that's going to go over the fence for a Campbellsport home run, and that's going to bring 3 runs in for Campbellsport. as Heisdorf gets her first home run of the season on the opening day of softball. So 3 RBI home run for Carissa Heisdorf this year. So 1 out for Campbellsport, and coming up to bat, Kylie Krieger re-entering the game. Her first pitch is a ball. Second pitch is a ball. And Krieger gets a base hit. Going to be a double as she'll pound it out to right center field. She gets a double on that. And that's going to bring up Caitlyn Gable. So we have a runner at second with 1 out. 3 runs have scored on the 3-run home run, making it 14-2 in favor of Campbellsport here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be a ball. So 1-1 count to Gable. Next pitch is a ball as well, makes it 2-1. And ball 3 for Gable. Makes it 3-1 count. Runners at first, or rather at second base. That's going to put a runner at first on the base on balls. So we're going to have a break here, as looks like Ripon is going to make a pitching change. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break with the score 14-2 while we make this pitching change. And we're back as Layla Simonis steps in to pitch for the Tigers. Batter up is Rolfs for Campbellsport. She takes a strike, swings at it. We have 1 out here. Runners at first and second. And a tip ball is going to make it strike 2. 0-2 count now on Rolfs. Simonis, strike right up the middle. She swings it, gets the out, and that's going to be 2 outs. On the swinging strike, that's going to bring up Morgan Yar. Yar has had a good day at the plate. 2 singles today. And she takes the first pitch, pops it up to center field. Miller there to catch it. And that's going to be out number 3 to retire the side. So the score going into the bottom of the 6th inning is Campbellsport 14, Ripon 2. And coming into the bottom of the 6th inning, starting off is going to be Avery Makarevich, catcher for the Tigers. Tigers trailing here 14-2. Looking over at the score for the JV game, Ripon trailing over there 11-3. So Avery takes a strike on a foul tip. Zearn still pitching for Campbellsport. Second ball is fouled back. So 0-2 count now on Makarevich. And she strikes out on a fastball on the outside edge for out number 1. So with the score 14-2, Ripon brings up their next batter, and that will be Cassidy Motter. Motter swinging a miss. Makes it 0-1. Motter takes it inside for a ball. Makes it 1-1 count. We have 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Right up the middle, swing and a miss for Motter. So 1-2. As Zearn gets ready for the next pitch. That's going to be low and inside. So 2-2 count on Motter. Motter lets it go by, and we got a full count now. 1 out. As Motter pops it up to the shortstop, and that's going to be out number 2 for the Tigers. So that'll bring up Erica Mills. Mills was hit by a pitcher in the 2nd inning and then had a base on balls in the 4th. First pitch to Mills is a strike. Ripon trailing 14-2 with 2 outs. Mills fouls it back. So 0-2 count on Mills. And that one she hits out to center field, but center fielder right there to snag it in the inning. 1, 2, and 3. As that's going to end our game here this afternoon with Campbellsport winning it here 14-2. I want to remind you that to listen to Tiger Beat on 93.1 and 1600 AM WRPN every Thursday morning at about 8:20 a.m. for updates of what is taking place in Ripon High School sports. Brought to you by Accurate Controls in Ripon. Once again, final score today from Murray Park in Ripon.